I think today Jackie and I wanted to talk about time-bound goals. I have, for the past 7 years, been a construction widow. My husband has been building a house on his own, and he's been doing it very solitarily, especially since I've had long COVID. And many people have asked me how on earth I have been so patient. And one of the things that I understand now is that patience gives you a really different perspective. And we really begin to understand what is actually important in our lives rather than what we think should be important or what would maybe drive many people crazy. But I have actually sat back and allowed this build to happen while at the same time having time for myself to go through this journey that I'm going through. So that's kind of my little share is like I have been patient and understanding, not always, but and on Friday we got the okay to move into our new home. So all wonderful. I was going to say it is just the littlest win.
It sounds like quite a big win to me. But you know what? I think we should celebrate that and celebrate your patience and resilience, and also your husband for building a house. That's pretty cool. He sounds like a good egg. And I think, I totally agree with you that we don't feel very patient when we're going through this. We often feel the opposite to patient. We feel frustrated or like we're grieving or, all those really hefty emotions that we can feel in our bodies, quite alongside the pain and discomfort and, devastation of the physical symptoms that we feel in our body when we're going through this. And, it's such a difficult thing to go through. But I agree, it has taught me patience a lot more than I was. A lot of these kind of things that I got really wound up by before. I now find myself being able to brush off a little bit easier or to take that step back a little bit more. No, again, I'm not perfect either. I still shout at my partner when he's an idiot, and that is a frequent thing. But I do find myself less activated by it. And I think, bringing this back to breathing, because everything comes back to breathing, doesn't it? The time-bound goals, often I think I get asked, and I think Vicky, you as well, get asked, oh, how long will this take? Or in your recovery, how long did it take from when you started doing your breathing to when you recovered or to when you were able to do this? And I hate answering this question because I feel like the answer that I give is I can't tell you that. That is not a relevant question because you're on a different journey to me. You're not in my body. And even if you were, you would be a different person in my body, which would be a really quite strange image actually when we think about it. So, I think it's that everyone goes at their own pace. And the important thing is that you start and that you are consistent at it, that you keep going, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm going to add a little nuance onto that. Thinking about our house, it started with the most amazing foundation. Our house is built on a foundation, and our breathing should be built on a foundation of breath awareness and on breathing mechanics. And that is one of the things I think we've both learned. The foundation of our breathing is learning to breathe.
Yeah. And that the foundation of health is breathing.
Yeah.
Um, coming back to this
Very philosophical.
James Nestor quote, isn't it? The foundation of health is the breath. I might be
Yeah.
misquoting him slightly, but that's the gist of it. And yeah, I think that's so true. You
Yeah.
cannot be truly healthy without having good breathing,
Foundational breathing. Let's call it that.
foundational breathing, functional breathing.
Functional.
I think it's
Oh,
about time we press stop, don't
yeah,
you?
yeah.